I'm here with your boy, Top 64 Nationals, Mr. Gibby. Here with another deck profile with his Salamangreat that he topped with, beating out his opponents, making it to day 2.
Yep. I'm getting top 64 in this video for my little nature walk. It's going to be a nice quiet spot to do it, so let's get into it. Real simple, real quick on the deck. I think it was the best deck for the event, just because you didn't go second, and so you had hand traps. So
any shout outs before we do this?
Shout out to George and Oscar and Daros for helping me test with the deck, and Oscar Vasquez for again helping me test and convince me not to make deck super poly.
For sure. Let's get into this.
Real simple, so we'll go real quick. Hand traps, I played as many as I could, so it's 3 Ash, 3 Valor, 3 Phantasme. Can't run the deck without this. This is like the best card, best hand trap right now, and this is the only deck that can run it. It also triggers your wolf on their turns, which is great. Salad Squad, 3 of these. You can do the little spinny effect, like not using the effect to make the Gazelle, but he's just a way to get to the Gazelle if you don't have it. 3 Gazelle, 2 spinny. The reason you run 2 over 3 is because like after your first turn, you send all the monsters. Most of them just suck to draw, and he's up the absolute worst. He literally doesn't have to, oh shit. Just dropping my cards in the river. Does absolutely nothing. So once you get the first one off, you don't need another Stallion, so that's why 3 spinny is what we're doing. 1 foul, he's MVP for the Dweller play, lets you play Rage on their turn and reset it. So you start your turn with a Rage. Jack, he's amazing. I saw the Italian Nats ran 2, like you did kind of want to do that for Mir, but against like Orcus or Thunder, you just need consistency. 1 foul for the Dweller play, Chain Blocks, which isn't too relevant because they're just going to Ash on the Stallion, but he's cool. I would have ran 2, but I wanted to keep it a clean 40.
How'd the Dweller work out for you this weekend?
Dweller is absolutely amazing. It's a lockout versus pretty much everything. Yeah, if you make fucking summon Jack special this idiot, make Dweller, it's still good. Like you just want Dweller first turn versus anything. They can't play on their turn, and the next turn, all your shit's in grave, you just pop off and kill them. I was gonna run 2 Dweller, then I realized instead of running 2 Dweller, I could just run Fusion Fire and then just win. So, Dweller is the best card. Better than Salamangreat for the deck. 1 debug, it's fine. I didn't really want to run it, but just hands we only have debug, you can do stuff. It just leaves you super weak to a lot of hand traps. 4 random ogre and you just lost. Fusion of Fire, best card in the deck. People are cutting it, but you can try to play a long grind game, or you can just win.
How many games did you steal with that card?
I didn't steal any games with it. I just straight won with the card. It's not stealing games, it's just an engine card, right? But yeah, I stole 2 games where I just literally, the game, we lost the game. I was just playing to maybe try to pull it out, and I ended up summoning a Thanos in attack mode, and then just bam, game. And there's a tech card in my side deck, like my extra deck, the 1 tech card of the event, which I'll explain. Will helps Dweller, helps play, just helps you play, helps you make Warlord, just overall good card.
I know a lot of players are cutting that card. How do you feel about it, this event?
I don't get what they're cutting it for. Like, you're not cutting it for more hand traps, really. You're not cutting it for, like, twins. I don't know, like, what are you going to cut this for? Another foul, but this is technically another Salamangreat. And it helps you play against Winda, because you can play it, have a Salamangreat card, and then debug will get you spinning, and you can discard it and slam it. It isn't super relevant, but Winda's a bitch, and it is a way to play around it.
A really good extender.
Yeah.
Got it.
Not really an extender. Like, you don't extend your play with it for the most part. You just, if your fucker gets stopped, if your dude gets bounced by the Heretic guy, you can still play. It just helps you play. And your opening hand's usually not worse for it, because if they play a hand trap, you can, this helps you recover, yeah. A lot of games, like, I bricked a lot going first. I was able to, like, just this and Sunlight Wolf and make Sunlight Wolf, sack this off to bring back, like, a Jack and a spinny in defense, because I couldn't get to the other 4, and then bring this back to hand, and, like, that was enough to not die. So it's nice. 3 Call by the Graves. There's debate if this card's even right, because it's bad against the combo decks, and against the non-combo decks that are hand trapping you, the deck's pretty resilient to hand traps. So I just ended up running it. I didn't want to think about it too much, but there's, going forward, maybe it's cut to 2, but if you think about it, it's not as good as it once was, because the deck's pretty resilient to hand traps. 3 mining, you gotta play 3, get your plays through for sure. You don't have to rely as much on your normal summon. If you had dry hand of like Spinny, some other shit, and like Gazelle, don't get greedy and just discard all your Salamangreats to try to get full effects. Just play the safe play and get something off so you can play on hand traps. Because this getting ashed it's rough.
Yeah.
Very sad. 2 twin, you have to play. I didn't like 3. I thought 3 was like super bricky, and it's not that good against Orcus really, because you're going second, just you need to be a hand trap and stopping their fog boys. They don't probably give a shit. Against Thunder, it's absolute ass, and in the mirror, you're gonna hit what, one of the two back row. Good against Striker, but the deck's I think is always pretty good against Striker. Through Circle, you deck your hands 1,000 times better if you draw this, because you always have a spell, and the Fako Dweller plays better. Obviously that, dude, just make sure that Thanos a Pot of Greed, a Rage and a Roar. Running more than that's like, it's nice to see it, but it can also break you, so just run one of each of the searchable cards. You can use once per turn. I don't think I should have to explain that. And then 3 impermanents, because that's honestly just a hand trap. It's like BA used to be. It's just a little engine with every fucking hand trap you can play. Instead of Kaiju, it's just Thanos.
Right. So your side and extra.
Your side or extra? Show the extra real quick. Extra was 3 bow. I had to play. A lot of times you need to get bow in the grave on their turns and just make your guys not die. And if you're in a grind game, you need to be able to make bow to make Jaguar to start putting other stuff back. So I wanted to cut him, and I just couldn't do it. I should have cut him because I got a game loss for losing one apparently. So that kind of sucked. But 3 was fire. 3 wolf, obviously. 2 heat Leo for the combo. Kita, Phoenix, which you never make, but there can be owns a card. 4 loads better than Crusadia or Bulbasaur just because it can out Colossus. And you have Will, and they make you play a mirror and they make Dweller. You can sometimes Borload, take their Dweller, and now fuck them, you have their Dweller. 1, the Fusion Firefucker, best card. I will just prioritize what you send back and be more specific about what summoning your cards on their turn is all on their turn to add back extra deck cards. Dweller, best card, and Clock Wizard was my favorite card this weekend. What this thing does is you can sack it, put back a tribute or an fusion monster from your graveyard to your extra deck, and then you can fusion summon by banishing materials from your grave. And when he's banished, he decreases all monsters they control by 400 for each Cybers monster. So usually it puts this shit to 0. The play is...
So that was the spice of the weekend for you, huh?
Yeah, it's just so good, because like a lot of times you can go for the Fusion Fire play for OTK, but if they get stopped, you give up a lot of plays doing that. And if they save their Veiler and drop it on Homeboy, you just got nothing. Or if they save their Thanos, like they should be in Mirror, to drop the Thanos on the first Heat Leo, you're not able to target their Heat Leo, and you kind of just end with a 28, and it sucks. If that happens, you can use him and another card to make him put back the fusion, make it again, banishing this, make everything less, and then it guarantees kills them. And like it takes a lot too to build a Send Fusion of Fire, make it Sunlight Wolf, reincarnate Link Sunlight Wolf, add back the fusion, make a Heat Leo, use the field spell, make Heat Leo again. This lets you do that using a lot less cards. So it just makes sure, like, if you're going for OTK, this is pretty much guaranteed it gives it to you. And the Heat Leo deals the impermanences anyway, so like it pretty much guarantees the OTK if you do have access to the cards. Only issue is these are dark, so be careful with Stalio or don't let your opponent hurt you.
Side deck?
Side deck pretty basic. Didn't want to lose anti-striker cards. Striker's annoying. Anti-meta. I think every deck should be siding this going first. It's just nice. And anti-spell. I'll tell you one sec what that card should have been. And then my anti-Orchist and Thunder was 3 Lancia. Best card, they just can't play. So I couldn't play that deck. Like, they have this card, I can't play, fuck it. Ogre for Thunder. Droll for Thunder. I brought all these in against Thunder just because you just want to stop them and then make Dweller, stop them again. And then you kill them with Fusion of Fire. So this was nice all weekend. Droll's really nice too. They danger and you're just like, nah, just chill the fuck out. 2 Pranker Tops. I didn't actually slide this card in. I didn't go in second sometimes just because like, you had to drop engine cards for it. I don't know what the last 2 would have been, but he's nice against random matchups.
And what do you think of no material, or what's everyone siding right now?
I'm not the biggest fan. I think like against Orchist, it's nice, but like any of the other fucking hand traps you play, Impermanent, all will stop them anyway. So why have a card that's only good if I draw it my first 5 and not my 6? And a lot of times you can stop them, and then they have like a Fog Blade. You guys go back and forth. It's a little bit of a grind game. Playing shit like no material is gonna make sure you lose that grind game because you just can't play it. Yeah, I don't like it. Against Thunder, they can play around it. They really can. So there's better options. And this should have been Paro. I lost in time in top 64. I ended like game 3 on Dweller, Rage, Ash, Lancia with the Sunlight Wolf. He had Zenko Pranker Tops. I mean, it happens, but I think like in big events like this and combo decks, you kind of have to have a Ho card in time. And I should have played Paro. Everyone told me to turn that situation where you would draw or would lose into a guaranteed win. So going forward, I'm going to play a Ho time card. Just